It began with a look. Not just any look, the kind that lingers, the kind that makes the air heavy and the silence between two people feel like it's pulling you closer than words ever could. Her name? I won't say. For her sake. For mine. Let's just call her the woman who found me at the wrong time and gave me a reason to lose myself. I remember that evening clearly. I was sitting in the corner of a dimly lit lounge in downtown Chicago, nursing a whiskey I didn't even want. My week had been rough, long hours at the firm, a crumbling relationship at home I didn't want to face, and that quiet emptiness that no amount of money, success, or distractions could cure. She walked in like temptation wrapped in elegance. Black dress. Red lips. The kind of presence that made heads turn, but somehow, her eyes found mine. And when they did, something inside me shifted. Now, before I go deeper, let me pause right here. If you're listening to this, if you've clicked on this video, I need you to do something for me. Hit that subscribe button, tap the like, and share this story. Because what I'm about to confess isn't easy, and maybe, just maybe, you'll see parts of yourself in my mistakes. Back to her. Back to the sin that began as a whisper. She walked past so many empty seats in that lounge, but no, she chose the one right beside me. She leaned in, her perfume brushing over me like a wave, warm and dizzying. Her voice was soft, low, almost dangerous as she said, "You look like a man who doesn't want to be found, and yet, here I am." I laughed, but it wasn't real. My guard was up, but my heart, it was already leaning toward her. And when her hand touched mine, just lightly, like an accident, I knew it wasn't. It was the beginning of something I should have resisted. Because she wasn't just a stranger in a bar. She was someone else's wife. And me? I was about to become the man who gave her an escape. The man who traded his conscience for the kind of sin you can't wash off. That night didn't end in bed. No, not yet. But it ended with a promise. An unspoken vow between two broken souls who were about to rewrite their lives in the shadows. And that was the night I stepped onto the path of no return. Her messages became my morning coffee and my midnight wine. Every buzz of my phone carried her name, and with it, a surge of heat that made me forget reason. "When can I see you again?" she wrote one evening. My wife was asleep beside me, the room lit only by the glow of my phone. My hands trembled, not with fear, but with craving. I knew this was wrong. I knew I was stepping deeper into a fire that could burn everything I had built. But her words, God, her words, wrapped me in chains I didn't want to break. The next weekend, I found myself in her apartment. The door barely shut behind me before she pressed her lips against mine. It wasn't a kiss. It was an invasion. A hunger. A silent confession that she needed me, just as much as I needed her. "Say it," she whispered against my mouth. "Say I'm your secret." And I did. My voice broke as I admitted it, "You're my sin, and I don't care." Fire at this point, if you're still with me, don't forget. Like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Because what I'm about to tell you isn't just an affair, it was a storm that shook me to my core. We spent hours together that night. Her laughter echoed in the small apartment, her perfume clung to my shirt, her touch branded itself into my skin. She didn't just give me her body, she gave me her brokenness, her pain, her need to be wanted. And I devoured it all. Every kiss was a theft from the life I should have been loyal to. Every touch was a betrayal I chose willingly. Yet when she looked at me, eyes wide, lips swollen, hair tangled, I saw something more dangerous than lust. I saw belonging. She whispered, "Don't leave me, not yet." And I promised I wouldn't. Not knowing that with every promise, I was digging both of us deeper into a grave neither of us could climb out of. Her texts became my morning coffee, my midnight shot of whiskey, and everything in between. Every buzz of my phone was a reminder that I was living a double life, one I both feared and craved. She wasn't just escaping her husband anymore. She was escaping herself, and I was the vessel carrying her away. One night, she sent me a message, "Meet me where the world can't see us." I knew exactly what she meant. A rented cabin, far enough from the city lights, hidden enough to make sin feel like salvation. When I arrived, she opened the door wearing nothing but his oversized shirt. The irony of her bringing him into our world of betrayal only made the fire in my veins burn hotter. "Do you know what you've done to me?" she whispered, tugging me inside before the night air could catch us. "I should ask you the same," I muttered, my lips already searching hers. And there it was again, the push and pull of guilt and hunger. Every kiss was a lie we told ourselves, yet every kiss was the truest thing either of us had felt in years. In that small cabin, she wasn't a wife. I wasn't the stranger who risked everything for her. We were just two broken souls, stitching ourselves together with passion, knowing the seams could rip at any moment. But I also knew something dangerous. She wasn't just escaping him anymore. She was beginning to escape into me. Fire somewhere here. You'd want to break the narration and remind your listeners/viewers. Backhand index pointing right. If this story already has you hooked, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who loves forbidden tales, and subscribe so you won't miss the next chapter. Her perfume still clung to my shirt the morning after. I woke up restless, staring at the ceiling, realizing that no matter how much I tried to push her away, she had already carved herself into me. She was no longer just a woman escaping her world, she had become my craving, my danger, my sin. The city outside felt loud, alive, but all I could hear was her whisper in my ear, her body pressed against mine, her trembling breath when she told me, "Don't let go, not yet." I knew I had crossed a line I could never uncross. Every time my phone buzzed, I thought it was her. Every time I saw a shadow in the street, I thought someone had caught us. The paranoia mixed with desire, turning me into a man I barely recognized. Halfway through telling this, let me pause to remind you. If you've been drawn into this storm with me, if you feel the pull of this dangerous passion, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who understands secrets, and subscribe to the channel for more confessions like mine. Because this story, my story, is far from over. She texted me that night, "I need to see you again. I can't breathe in that house." And like a fool, or maybe like a man too far gone, I agreed. I wasn't just her escape anymore. I was her addiction. And she was mine. Her fingers trailed down my chest, her breath hot against my skin, and for a fleeting second, the world outside didn't matter. No husband. No vows. No guilt. Just us, two broken souls colliding in a storm of sin. But even as I kissed her, even as her body melted into mine, the truth whispered behind every sigh, this wasn't love. It was need. It was an addiction that fed on secrecy and silence. "Stay," she murmured, her voice trembling, as if she knew my heart was already running. And I wanted to. God, I wanted to stay. But I knew that every time we gave in, we dug ourselves deeper into a grave of consequences. That's why I'm telling you this, because here, in this confession, I don't have to pretend. You, listening right now, you're the only ones who know. If you've been following my journey, don't forget to subscribe, to like this video, and to share it with someone who loves true stories of passion and betrayal. Her escape became my burden. My sin became her comfort. And when she finally walked out of my life, leaving me with nothing but memories and the lingering taste of her kiss, I realized, sometimes, the greatest punishments are not the ones we face in public, but the ones we carry in silence. So here I am, anonymous but raw, giving you every piece of my truth. If you felt the heat, the heartbreak, or the hunger in my words, then stay with me. More stories, more secrets, more sins, they're all coming. Until then, remember this. Not every escape sets you free. Some escapes chain you forever. Her breath was still tangled with mine, her body still trembling against me, as if the world had stopped to witness what we did in secret. I could feel the weight of her wedding ring pressing against my chest, a sharp reminder of the sin I chose willingly, the sin I craved. She whispered, "You were my escape," but the truth was burning inside me, she was more than that. She became my sin, my obsession, the taste I couldn't resist, even knowing it would burn me alive. And maybe that's why I never stopped. Because sometimes the sweetest pleasures are carved from the most forbidden wounds. She ran to me for comfort, but I stayed with her for the chaos, for the fire, for the kind of lust that ruins men and women alike. And now, as I look back on everything, I know one thing, I don't regret it. Because in her arms, even if just for stolen nights, I felt alive in ways that no law, no vow, no promise could ever bind. Fire if you felt the rush in my confession, don't forget. Like this video, subscribe for more true infidelity tales, and share it with someone who dares to taste the forbidden. Because my story might just be theirs too.